presents the Beat Basement, where you hear from your livest producers, all of them. And this is where it all goes down, where you hear the funky sounds, from the producers that's up and coming to Grammy Award winning, all of them. And I'm your host Swish, and we going in, everything going in. Yo, what it do?
You see me?
Yeah, man.
How that?
Yeah. Can you see
Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
All right.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man.
Good.
I'm hanging in there, man.
Hey,
you know, it's crazy out here right now.
It's wild.
It's cold too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So is it warm down there in Georgia now?
Well, I'm actually out of town right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it is cold where I'm at though. It's cold out here, man. I'm out here in West Virginia.
Yo, you brave, man. You brave traveling in all of this hecticness, man.
I know. It's for a good cause. That's the only reason.
Yeah, man. Push the culture forward, baby. Push the culture forward.
Got to.
You know?
Yep. All right. Well, on this episode, man, we got Wreck the Chef. This dude right here, man. He's been grinding, man, just growing his following, growing his business, and just laying that heat, man. His style is so unique, man. What up, bro?
What up? What's good?
Can't call it, man. Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a struggle for me, you know. I'm just learning a lot about. I've been doing music for a long time. I mean, I started off rapping. I went on tour with a female MC Light for like 5 years.
Nice.
You know? So a lot of people know me from that. You know, I used to be in a lot of videos back in the days dancing. I had a little dancing thing going on, and I fucked up my leg. You know, but yeah, it's been a my heart is in this music though, man, for real. You know, I breathe it like nobody else, you know?
Yeah, I can dig it. I definitely
and I got this real interest in doing beats now. After I stopped pursuing my musical career, I stepped back for a minute and took a little break, got married.
You ain't never really stopped though. It's always been.
Yeah, I never really stopped. I just took a little break from it. You know, I got married and got my little life situated with my wife, and then she was like, "Yo, you look like you missing something." I said, "Yeah, you know." And then next thing I know, in the mail I had me a little beat machine, and then it started growing, and I just started putting more and more into it. Self-taught. You know, I had a couple people come and try to show me some things. That didn't work out too well, but that never stopped. That never stopped me. You know.
Right. And you're not supposed to let it stop you neither, man. Especially
exactly.
when that bone is in you, man. You don't let no critics, no haters,
nobody. Even my wife used to tell me. My wife used to say, "Maybe you should stop." I said, "What?" I looked at her like she was stupid. I was like, "What? For real? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, it's gonna happen."
Can't happen.
You know?
Yeah. Tell the listeners where you from. You know, how you come
up. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. The borough of the 90s.
You from the heart of the where it all started.
The 90s. I used to live. I used to live 2 blocks. I used to live 2 blocks away from Lorna, from Light.
Yeah.
Her name is Lorna, but you know, I used to live 2 blocks away from her. To start that story, because that really started my path into music. I was coming home one night from work on the train and waiting for, you know, we got like two trains in the subway station of Utica Avenue where the express train meets up with the local. It's the last stop of the express train, and then you got to get on the local to get out on the elevated tracks. So I was waiting at Utica, and I seen her sitting there, and she was just in there bopping her head with her headphones on. I said, "Yo, what's up, Lord?" I said, "Oh shit, what's up, Rack?"
So you knew her. You been
Yeah, I knew her. We childhood, you know, grew up in the neighborhood and everything. She told me she was she got this new single out. She rapping. I said, "You rapping?" First time finding out. Song was "I Cram to Understand You." Just like a test, I cram to understand you.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Yo, I'm about to go on the road, do a tour." I said, "Oh, for real?" She said, "You want to come?" I said, "Bet, let's do it." And that started it off.
Just
1 year, 6 months went to a year went to 2, a 2 went to 3, 3 went to 5. You know?
Yeah.
So all pretty much majority of her first, second, third album, I think I was there with her, you know. Third, I think from 1990 to 94, 95. All the albums she did from that point, I was with her.
Man.
Touring.
How was it? How was it out there just
touring? Oh, it was an experience, man. I mean, I got homesick the first.
Yeah.
Cause I never been out, you know. I mean, I've been out, but I never been out by myself.
Right.
You know, her bodyguard, Bigfoot at the time, he took me down to the bar and gave me a big man pep talk, got me drunk, said, "Yo, you got an opportunity of a lifetime. Don't fuck this up. You know, don't worry, shit gonna get better." And I just choked it up, and after the second year, they couldn't tell me nothing. You know, I was telling a lot of other people what to do and shit. Yeah. I started off as a roadie, a helper.
Straight up.
And then they gave me an opportunity to open up for her. I did a couple. She gave me a minute or so on her schedule. Let me rock. I rocked out with Positive K, you know, and then I had my daughter was born, and then I had to stop. So when my daughter got born, I wanted to be home. I had to leave tour. I think this is around the time she was about to go on tour with Janet Jackson. She did that joint with Janet Jackson and Queen Latifah and Brandy and all of them, I think. I don't know if it was that song, but I know it was around that time when she did that song with Brandy and Latifah. And then she did a song with Janet.
No, let me ask you, was you home? Was you away sick now? I mean, I know you had to be there for the youngin', but was you like, dang, I need to be out here on this road again? She going on tour with Janet?
Well, yeah, I mean, we got into an argument over it, you know, and it kind of had bad taste in it, but that passed. That's water under the bridge, you know. Everybody grew up. We had understanding of self, and me personally, I just wanted to be there for my daughter. You know, I wanted to be home when she born and everything. So that took a toll on me, but it didn't stop. You know, I immediately started working on. I was with a brother by the name back of the day. They used to call him Bill from Queens. Tough Tom, but he changed his name to DJ L. Ron, the Sound King. I was messing with him. We got up a couple. Damn, we did an album's worth of material because I was rapping back then. We did an album's worth of material like almost every week. I used to bounce out to his crib every week and hang out for the weekend, and we get like about 7 tracks done. He was doing my production for my music back then.
That was MC Light.
That was my DJ. Oh, it was my DJ. It was just me and him, and then that had a little bad point, you know. direction, and I left. We went our separate ways at one point.
What was it so much of? What was it that brought that back? You know, that heat. You know, between y'all, because I know it's kind of tough working with an artist or an artist working with a producer. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, and
Well, me personally, um, I think maybe he might have been upset I was going on tour with Light, and I couldn't take him, but that wasn't my call, you know. And then they was prolonging putting our material out, because damn near they had tapes of all the stuff that I did. I used to come up there every week with like over 8 songs of material that we just recorded. So they must have had like about 4-6 albums worth of material, you know.
yeah,
And they didn't know how to market me. I was on some hardcore MC, breaking everybody back shit, you know.
yeah.
And they said, yo, put them on tour. We'll take them on tour and show them the ropes. She did that. Then as I was coming back home, I ran into these brothers by the name of ESP. They was on Select Records, coming out of the Howie T camp. I don't know if you're familiarized with the producer Howie T. Did Chub Rock, Special Ed, Roxanne.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you probably know my boy Panic then.
Probably. I know a lot of people by face, you know. Names go right past me a lot, but facial, if I've been around you and seen you, because I was a lot of places. I was in and out running for it, you know. I was hungry, so I was everywhere. And they basically they basically polished me, showed me a lot of stuff that I didn't learn, you know, to perfect my craft and rhyming. Show me how to stay in the pocket and do certain type of songs, radio friendly songs. And then as I was touring back and forth with Light, you know, I ran into a lot of artists that passed. Heavy D, Tupac, you know. I toured with all of these people, and that kind of discouraged me from just doing music alone. When, you know, not saying Heavy D situation, because he died of natural causes, but other people like Pac, you know, when you start seeing people get into certain situations, you start wondering about yo, will that happen to me? You know what? Let me just step back. And then I left it alone completely. And the hunger was still there. I always had an ear for it. So, like I said, wifey bought me a drum machine, and I put it together, and then I just kept cooking, you know?
Yeah. That's what's up, man. What software do you use?
I started off on the MPC Studio. And then the Native Instruments machines came out, the Studio. And then I copped that, and then I bought the MK3, and now I got the MK3 Plus.
Oh, so you keep on upgrading.
Yeah, I try. Yeah. I try to stay relevant, you know.
Yeah.
But learning the material, it ain't like picking up a pad and a pen and writing rhymes and bars, you know what I'm saying? It's more technical than that. And I didn't have guidance for that, so my process was real slow, you know. But that never stopped me from creating. I was like, I came in it like alchemist, you know. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's what this button do.
The dream comes true.
So I'm like, yeah, okay. So that's how I learned, basically. And then I got hip to people put me on to YouTube tutorials. A lot of them went past me, you know, because I'm an on hands type of guy. You show me something, it's gonna be embedded in me. I'm gonna follow that formula. until I get my own formula. And then I ran across a guy by the name of AG Got Beats, Machines Master tutorial guy, and he had basically helped me out with a lot of problems that I was having with it. I'm still having problems because, like I said, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you feel like those tutorials will help the next producer, or?
Yeah, definitely. I encourage people that's especially with the type of hardware that I'm using, machines. They have a whole platform of machines, beat makers, producers that use it, and go and follow their platform and watch their tutorials. Some can be real over the past the head, and some could just hit home and be like, yo, I understand. Like, I used to my first thing that I learned was how to time stretch. I was having problems with that. I wanted to do a track, Christopher Loft, Sailing, and I couldn't get the beat to go with the pianos. It was just like going fast, and then I watched a tutorial and I did it like how he did it. The next thing I know was it was on point. I was like, oh shit,
Right.
But AG Got Beats was the one king that basically I locked in on and understood. He showed his move, he showed his direction and everything, and everything started working out, coming together. So
nice. Shout out AG Beats, man.
No doubt. Shout out to AG Got Beats, for real.
Yeah, man. So are you just making the beats, for your liking? Are you with an artist, or are you doing the whole? Because I know New York is on that whole drill vibe, and it got.
I'm not even on the drill vibe. I'm not on it really. I want to get on it because it's popping. In my neighborhood, we got the GS9. All of the family, they split up around my neighborhood. They got family and friends. DJ Big Bad Bolo, he's down with that clique real hard. Hard body. He's a DJ for Bobby Shmurda, amongst others. They into that drill. I'm trying to dip and dab with it and make my own type of what I'm saying, find my own lane.
From it, yeah.
I basically I would say my style is more of a manipulator. I like to take vocals, chop them up, and make them say what I want them to say. Along with a boom bap. I get into that boom bap type of atmosphere. I like to recreate a lot of old classics, whether it be back from jazz or orchestrated musicals, cartoons, theme songs from. Okay, so for instance, I did this. Remember that song "Loving You"?
Yeah.
I flipped that track. I got it up right now if you want to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. And I also want to ask you, you know what I'm saying? That's what, a lot of these famous people, they'll take a track that's been flipped or, you know what I'm saying, remixed, and it be an old track, from back in the day. Mm-hmm. And, all they do is pretty much rap on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's your stilo then. That's what you like to do.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's some. I mean, I create some things, but more in general, yeah, I like to try to flip something that was or give you a tidbit taste of that feel, using that ambience that originated you to, like, you know what I'm saying, and then just bring you back into my lane.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it that way. I'm gonna take a piece of it that made you feel that way, and now you're gonna be on my bounce.
Right. Right.
You know.
Right. Right. I can feel that. I can feel that. Um, who influenced you to really do that whole lo-fi? You know that.
I used to there was a lot of people. I mean, Pete Rock, DJ Premier. Shout outs to DJ Premier, Pete Rock. One guy in particular that I used to follow on the gram a lot, and I reached out to him for the first time and sent him a piece of my material, and he hit me back. You know, good work, keep it up. And I say, yo, if I don't ever sell a beat, at least I got the attention of one of a great producer, Knots the Ruler.
Yeah.
From VA.
So
when he reached out to me, that really kept me going, doing what I want to do. Say, yo, it ain't gonna stop there now. Maybe I be able to, if not compete with him, surpass him.
Right. What would you be doing if you wasn't making, still pursuing music?
If I wasn't, I would be cooking. I'd be still doing my chef, because I was a personal chef at that time too.
So you're a cook, you're a chef. Yeah. You gonna cook it up either way it go. Whether it
exactly
be on some real food.
Exactly, on some real food, for real.
That's dope. For
real. I cook my ass off, and a lot of people know it too. So
yeah,
I used to go hard with it, posting, I cater, do events or whatever. I used to put it out there, and he was like, I got an opportunity to personal chef for Cannon Briggs, heavyweight boxer. Go out there and do something. I'm supposed to be going back out there to help him, because he's about to get back in the training now and maybe fight Tyson. So he said he need a personal chef to go on the road with him. So he asked me if I want to fuck with him. I said, sure, man, I'm here for you. Yeah. And if that happens, then I'm gonna put the beat machine down for a minute and just go in the kitchen.
That's what's up.
But in between, while you wiping your mouth and drinking, I'm going to go on the pad, and because he fucks with that too. So
Yeah. Is that's one of your? What's your goals for 2021? Is that's one of them? They just hit the road.
Yeah, well, my goals is to reach out more to, because when I do my beats, I just put them on Facebook. I do a lot of live sessions, start to finish, start a beat up. I may be on the gram for like maybe an hour or two, just cooking a beat up, and I post it once it's done. I used to do that. I used to do that hard on Facebook. I used to do it on Instagram, but I went back to Facebook because they give me a little bit more time. But I wasn't familiarized with tagging artists back then. When I post a beat or ask people who you hear this on, and pursue that. So I recently did a track around the Christmas holiday called Frosty, and for some way or another, by the grace of God, Ghostface Killer heard it and hit me back, and I was real excited, oh shit. I used to look up to this dude, you know what I'm saying? And now he hitting me, maybe want to do some work. So that really encouraged me to push my envelope on my craft,
Yeah. Yeah. You got any artists from around the way that you want to work like in your
name? Yeah. There's a couple. There's a couple of unsigned artists, and I tell them, every time I see them, when I'm working on something, and when it happens, man, just get ready. We gonna work.
Right.
When I create, if I hear something that you sound that it sound like it's fitting you, it's tailor made for you, I'm gonna put it aside. Or if you hear something, you see my posters and you hear something, tag it and say, yo, I like that. So at least I know that's something you feeling. Cause every beat that I ever made is recorded on my gram or on my Facebook page. Yeah. So it's like an archive.
Right, right.
You know,
I,
it's like a resume of that you can go into, like how Knott's got a whole number 1, 2, 3. I don't stack them up like that, you
but your
know, but
catalog and
yeah, I still got a catalog.
too, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. You know what I mean? He pushing out too much for me not to shout out, or, you know what I'm saying? Say
Right,
something,
right.
man. So, you know, I also want to know how you stay motivated. Like, what keeps driving you, man, to do that?
Um, well, my thing is everybody has a dream, man, you know. Don't stop following your dreams, no matter how old you get. If you feel you ain't succeeded in that dream, even if your first attempt, regardless of how many attempts you try to do it, you know, don't stop, because God forbid you stop and be like, damn, what would have happened? You know what I'm saying? If I would have kept at it. You know, I never thought I'd be interviewed right now. Look at here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So somebody's here, and then Ghostface and, you know, a lot of other people is hitting me now. Rel, it's quite a few out there, you know, people tagging me, oh, that sound like, what's his name? That sound like good for this. And a lot of these people out there, new cats, new breeds, you know. So
yeah.
I'm just trying to keep myself open for them. You like my lane? Come in it. We try to cook up some tailor made for you. My motto is to let it marinate. So
Dope. Let it
yeah,
marinate. You using that chef, that cook up talk too,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
What? Let's see. What kind of food would your beats be, or what kind of seasoning would you know say your beat?
Um. Uh. Well, for this day and age, you know, you got these restaurants on Food Talk now. You got restaurants that like soul food, Asian, soul food, you know, fusion.
You got that soul food. You got them
Yeah,
soul.
I got a lot of soul food.
Yeah.
Definitely, I definitely got a lot of soul food. Um, I'm from that '90s era, so you're gonna hear a lot of that '90s feel bounce that everybody so much miss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that back.
Nice.
Definitely, that's my lane without a doubt. They say, "Yo, you got that." I hear it all the time. People run up on me and say, "Yo, I heard that track you did. Yo, that shit reminded me of some '90s." Yeah, that's me. So I got that '90s bounce, that era feeling, that whatever was popping back then in the '90s, you're gonna hear it in my material. You know,
Mm-hmm. How you like being independent?
it's. I mean, like it's right now. It's just a hobby right now. You know, it's something fun to do. I said, you know, once I get myself constructed where everything is basically locked in, I may start giving out tracks free, because I do it for the love, you know. I want to see you on just as much as I want to get on. Once I get on, whoever's around me been supportive through the struggle, in and out, I'm gonna bless you. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I get down. I
Yeah.
don't know about anybody else, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah. That's that '90s talk right there for you
Yeah.
know.
Family first, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You in the neighborhood, you from the neighborhood, you family.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh huh. Yeah, man. How'd you come up with the name?
Rec. Well, my name is Derek. Rec was a name that I came across back in the era of graffiti. I used to do graffiti hard, and Rec was my tag. Um, I got the name Rec for I used to always fuck up a lot of things and shit. So,
So we can see your art around the city then on the subway and
yeah,
all
back then, yeah, it wasn't art like
right.
you know,
But it was
it was destructive art.
yeah. Yeah. It out.
Yeah, it was on some destructive art, you know, but it was art, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I got the name Rec, you know, short for Derek. When I got into cooking, I automatically claimed myself to be the top chef. So when I started doing my music, yo, I'm still cooking, Rec the chef. I'm cooking up the food and I'm cooking up the beats, and I always keep that. I don't know if you know, people familiarize with my my live pages. If you get a glimpse of my face, I always got that ice grill. Like I look like I'm mad at the world, but that's just that Rec look. You know, I'm just trying to understand everything and put it together. But it's all gravy. I'm a teddy bear. Don't be discouraged.
You an
You
introvert
know?
or extrovert?
Yeah. What do you say?
You an introvert or an extrovert?
What do you mean by that?
Someone that like to be by themselves, you know, not around too many people. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, I mean yeah.
Just,
I used to be around a lot of people, you know.
yeah.
But a lot of people don't have that same energy. So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta find another circle, you know,
Yeah.
especially a safe haven circle.
Right.
And my neighborhood back in the day used to be real hard.
Yeah.
It's still hard.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the same neighborhood. It's still hard, but you could find yourself caught out there just by hanging out too long.
Right.
You know, because a lot of shit pop off.
Right.
And I learned a lot of valuable lessons by watching that. So you know what? It's time to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As much as I want to be around you cats, let's keep it moving, you know?
Right.
Live to see another day. Then you hear after the next day, yo, they shooting up. Word, I was just over there, you know. So but yeah, and now this COVID shit got shit fucked up, you know.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to
can't be around. You don't want to be around nobody.
No.
You know, it's safe to be by yourself, and just being by myself now gives me more time to lock in on my lane and learn what I need to learn. And eventually, when times get better, we can all come back together and do what we used to do, party hard, and you know what I'm saying, laugh and love.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight up, man. You be watching Chopped. I can see you on Chopped or some shit too, man.
Yeah, I used to Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
you know, I used to follow a lot of them shows. You know, when I first got into cooking, I used to post a lot of my food. You know, first person that ever reached out to me was Rachel Ray.
Dang.
She wanted me. She wanted me to come on her. She said, "I like your garnishes. I like how you. I would love to. I'm not ready for TV. Sorry." Back then, I was a lone soul, so I was in the wind all the time. You know, I didn't stay to one thing. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah. You know, so I'm trying to focus on mastering some things now.
Right. Well, you know, it's the cook up. It's time for
cook up. I mean, what you want here, man? I got a lot. I've been working.
You got to up that New Year's. You know what I'm saying? New president, new everything. New 2021. Shit different now.
Well, I ain't been listening to a lot of radio, so I wouldn't know what's new.
Nah, you new. You the newest thing now. The newest one out of 2021. You my first interview for 2021. So
that's what's up. Bless. That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Give these folks
Well,
that.
I hope I can hit a couple people. Like I said, my craft is not perfected. I'm still having some problems, arrangements. So I do a lot of things on the fly until I get my shit tight. I ain't like, I'm not a finger drummer. But my hands move, you know.
All
things
good.
come to me as I hear things. I keep it in a steady metronome, and like I say, I like to manipulate vocals. So you hear me doing chops with vocals and trying to make you got to listen to what I'm basically trying to say. You know, I take a lot of chops out of what people said. I used to be a lyricist, so I know what people's. Oh, I remember he said something like to this. I can flip it and make it sound like he said this.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
That's basically what I do.
That's what's up. Oh, one more question, man. What do you think about, you know, the White House, everything that went on with the whole, you know, the crazy nonsense in America, man?
Just like everybody else, everybody else is saying, if it had been some black people, we wouldn't have made it up them stairs. Me, person outside looking, that's an inside job. I think the president incited that.
Yeah.
You know, he could have easily throw the hose on it and douse that out, but that's politics. I ain't into politics, so I stay away from that, yo. Long as I ain't really see no black people. There's black people. There was black people out there, but
yeah, I seen that.
Not my people.
Right. Right.
My people know better.
Right. Politics.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man. Let's do it. It's the cook.
All right, let's try to cook. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go through a couple real fast.
All
you know?
Yeah.
Tell me how it the level. I don't know if the level is good over there.
Okay.
Is it loud? You hear it?
Yeah.
Hear it?
And you know what's wrong, and you know what's wrong, and you know what's wrong. So right you try to fight me. So right you try to fight me. You know what's wrong, and you know what's wrong. So right you try to fight me. So right you try to fight me. So right you try to fight me. You know what's wrong, and you know what's wrong. You know what I'm waiting. And you know what's wrong with me. So right you try to fight me. So right you try to fight me. So right you try to fight me. I got something for those that be scheming.
That's one little something.
Make sure you send me the track that you cook up later on. Send it to my email, so when I do the audio version, it'll line.
Okay. You want the stems?
Not necessarily. Yeah,
the MP3.
Yeah, you can send me the stems. You can send it to me wherever. I'm gonna chop it, put it together, and then you can send me the finished, the bounce down version.
Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Everybody got it, go. Big up, push the culture forward. All my go supporters. Everybody got it. Big up, what's the culture flow? What's the culture flow? What's the culture flow? All my go supporters, go supporters, go supporters, go supporters, go supporters. What's the culture flow? Everybody got it. Big up, what's the culture flow? What's the culture flow? What's the culture flow? Double vision. Quite suddenly, double vision. Quite suddenly, double vision. Everybody got it. Big up, what's the culture flow? What's the culture flow? What's the culture flow? All my go supporters, go supporters, go supporters, go supporters, go supporters, culture flow. Everybody got it. Big up, what's the culture flow? What's the culture flow? Go supporters, all my go supporters, go supporters, go supporters, go supporters. Everybody got it.
I'm gonna just try to go through a couple of them real fast. I don't want to sit back and bore people with the same, you know. I'm hearing it too much.
Focus, man. And I'm focused. Holla at me, you heard? I'm focused, man. Take a mad with rat, take a mad with rat, take a mad. I'm focused. I can play rap records, I can play rap records, I can play. I'm focused. Man. You heard? Whenever I put my own.
Oh.
I'm focused. Holla at me, you heard? I can play.
I see you over there breaking your neck.
Hey, you killing it over.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is the one. It's the one I did over the holiday, the Christmas holiday, that Ghostface like.
All right.
I saw these fools try to get around, trying to let me down and all that. But I got an easy way to let them drown.
Frosty.
I saw these fools try to get around, trying to let me down and all that. But I got an easy way to let them drown.
You know, that's a nice little Christmas jam. I think that bounce had them. It had that ice cream type of
that drip.
jingles, that ice cream drip.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let me see. I got see what else I got over here. Oh, here go one.
That's a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream. You better put it in your pipe. You better start smoking. You better put it in your pipe. You better start smoking what this is. What this is. what this is. You better put it in your pipe. You better start smoking what this is. What this is. What this is. You better put it in your pipe. That's a factory. You better put it in your pipe and season it. And season it, and season it, and season it, and season it. That's a factory. You better put it in your pipe. You better start smoking what this is. And season it, and season it, and season it, and season it. You better put it in your pipe and season it. You better start smoking what this is. What this is. It's a factory. That's a factory. But that mess that you talking ain't making no damn sense. We don't need no rich middle class of Negroes who can't do nothing for the masses of our people. And season it, and season it, and season it, and season it. That's a factory. You better put it in your pipe. You better start smoking and season it. No, we can't wait for you to change. Yeah, we need cash. Print some more, print some more, print some more, print some more, print some more.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's
Feeling
it.
that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
gold.
Yeah, I try to come all different lanes, you know. It's
Yeah.
always I grew up in the hip hop back when a message was always
In the music.
yes.
In,
If it wasn't the MC,
yeah.
it had to be the beat.
Yeah.
Something had to talk to you.
Right. Right. It couldn't just be a flashy show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It had to be.
I grew up in that KRS era, Public Enemy, you know, conscious rap, alongside with the ignorant, you know, alongside with the flamboyant, bodacious.
Yeah.
But it was always you get messages out of all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get messages out of all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Even the stupidness, even the
ignorant shit, you get a message out of it.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be able to pull, so you gotta be able to relate to something that he's trying to say or he's saying, you know?
Right.
So that's my lane. Basically a message.
Yeah.
And if you can get on it and elevate that message, that's a blessing.
Without a doubt.
Come on. Computer slowing up.
Oh yeah.
All times.
Too much heat coming out of it. That's what happens.
Jeez. Really?
That happens. Don't worry. Hey, for the listeners, this is producer issues, you know what I'm saying? When you cooking, when you putting out fire, you know, your DAW, you know, it start acting up. Your computer start, you know, glitching, all that.
I gotta get a bigger memory. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I'm bouncing shit off of external hard drives.
That's what's up. Well, shoot. You know, it's all good. It's all good. We can, you know.
I know. I seen her. Hey, Shauna. My sister-in-law's on the chat. Hey, baby girl, how you doing? Oh wow, man, it's over. I guess it's over for the night for me.
It's all good.
It's still going. It's still like buffering.
Well, tell the listeners where they can purchase, where they can listen. You know.
Well, I don't have anything right now on any platforms to purchase. Basically, I'm getting my way up there, and if you hear something, by all means DM me. You will definitely get an answer back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not busy. If I'm busy doing music, or I'm busy with my wife. But yeah, man. I'm just getting my start off. I'm on Facebook, as you see. My name is Rek the Chef, REK_DA_chef. I'm on Facebook. I'm on IG. If you hear something you like, you want to work, hit me up. You know, DM me. My email is dvaz10156@gmail.com. You can send an email to me. Send an email to me there, and we can work. I don't have nobody to work. I got a couple people that I'm working on, but I invite all. You know.
All right. But anything you wanna tell the listeners before we log out?
Nah, man. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
You know, like I said, this is one of my first interviews. I'm finally getting notarized. I guess
Oh yeah.
You're gonna hear a lot of me in the future. I can guarantee you that.
I've been hearing a lot.
and if to those out there that heard of me and slept on it,
Wake up.
wake up.
Wake up.
It's all love, baby. I mean, you never know.
Straight up.
Don't miss the train, don't miss the boat, because Rek the Chef is about to be a household name. You know, I do it all. I'm getting into that drill. I know my people in my hood are saying, yo, what's going on? I like your shit, but you ain't on that. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to make it my lane pretty soon. Yeah. So, yeah, keep following. If you ain't following, follow. You see any posters that I put out there, by all means, comment, share. Support your boys. All beat producers support one another. You hear your friend, you hear your man, yo, that beat is hot. Share it on your platform. Give them a break. You never know what could happen. Maybe it ain't for you, but it could be for somebody else that out there. Maybe you got something that nobody else is listening to, or they hearing, but they not feeling, but they hearing something else from your man. Support your brother. Support your local beat maker, Yeah.
Support your black-owned business.
Exactly. Support the next man, because it's gonna come back 3 times.
Already, man. Rek the Chef, man. It's been a pleasure, my bro. I look forward to doing this again with you in the future, man, and seeing your success, as you grow. So
thank you. I appreciate it. And when I get down to Atlanta, I got a couple homies out there, so yeah. I'm gonna be seeing them real soon, and I'm gonna try to link up with you out there. Maybe we could do something live or something, and cook up something, whether it be some food.
For sure.
I can come through with a plate for you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We'll make it happen. Definitely. Yeah. All right, my brother.
It's been good, man. Yeah. I appreciate everything, man, for real.
Me too, man. It's been a pleasure, bro.
Definitely.
All right. Send that over to me, man, and I'm gonna see you.
I got you. DM me your information, all right?
Okay, bro.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Signing out. Peace.